it'd probably be a lot easier to just do a video and show you how to do this. So what I wanted to show was how my workflow and doing the rotation, not to say that my workflow is great or anything, but just if it can help you, then great. But what I've done is I've created a really simple animation just to keep this simple, where I have the ball traveling across the bottom here, goes at a fairly steady speed and then slows down and goes to a stop. So what I want to do is add rotation to this. So the first thing I would do is rewind back to the first frame, keyframe my rotate, and then what I want to do is go to curves, say post infinity linear, and then go to view infinity. And what this does is this is going to extend this curve based on, you know, the last 2 points on it or whatever, and stretch it out into infinity. So now what I'm going to do is set a key for the next frame and kind of guesstimate each frame how many degrees is this thing going to rotate. So let's say we guess it's 45 degrees. So now what I can do is, if we look at this rotate Z curve, you can see, because I have that infinity set, it extends out beyond these 2 frames. Not showing this very well. So when I scrub my timeline, I can see how it's rotating. Well, obviously 45 is the wrong way. I need it to go minus 45. So let's go and change this 102 frame again to minus 45 and start scrubbing it. And you can see that was a pretty good guess. That looks fairly good, just scrubbing it. So if we play this animation back, you know, that looks okay. But now what we want to do is, you know, this ball slows down and actually stops. So we don't want to continue to sit here and rotate. So what I would probably do in this case is go to my last keyframe for the translate Z, whatever frame that stopped on, which happened to be 128. Go to my rotate Z, frame that up again, and zoom out until I can get to this 128 frame. And what I'm going to do now is set a keyframe. I've got my timeline on that frame, and if I go and set a keyframe, it's going to use the value that would be dictated by this linear extension of these 2 keys that I set. So I set that key selected, and now I can delete that second key I did. And what I want to do is I can get rid of the infinity view now, and so now I can just see what this curve looks like for this animation. And what I want to do is slow down that rotation just as I did with the X. So when this thing moves towards the end of the animation, the ball will stop rotating. So I'm just going to select, I probably have to select the weighted, select this handle and click and drag it down. So now it will slow down. This is going to be pretty rough. But now the ball should basically stop rotating. When it stops moving, it still needs to be tweaked. You can see it's not quite right. But that gives you an idea of what I was talking about. You can see it's sliding towards the end, so it's not quite right yet. Maybe it's stopping rotating too soon. But yeah, you need to tweak it from here, but at least that'll give you some idea of what I was talking about.